So let me tell you the truth about my 4-month experience on YouTube. This is going to be an honest and vulnerable, hopefully inspiring video, but I do want to share with you what's going on, how I'm feeling, and what the future for my channel might look like. So 4 months ago, I decided to do something that I thought was exciting, but I was also very nervous about. It was starting this YouTube channel. I knew that it would be a creative outlet for me. I knew that it would give me new experiences. But what I didn't realize is how deeply it would allow me to get to know myself better and to learn lessons that you would think at my age of 48 I had already learned. Here we are 4 months later. I can't say I'm an expert or that I've cracked the YouTube algorithm or the code, but what I can say is that I have grown in confidence. I've grown in patience, I've grown in creativity, I've grown in just really dealing with comparison and rejection, and also managing expectations. Today, I want to give you an honest insight into what being on YouTube for 4 months has really been like for me. First thing I learned is that confidence doesn't come before you start. Confidence grows as you do the work. The first video, it's gonna feel awkward. The first editing experience is gonna feel really slow, and you're gonna doubt your ability to figure the new technology out. I can tell you that for me, just listening to my voice and my facial expressions really opened up this judgment that I didn't know was there. But I'll tell you, the more videos I put out, the more shorts I put out, the more confident in front of the camera I became. And I call that collecting evidence. And for me, I didn't realize how important starting before I felt ready would be, but I'm so happy I did. And I encourage anyone interested in starting a YouTube channel or even experience something that they don't know how to do, but it's something that's calling them. I encourage you to start. The confidence will come, but you have to start even if you're not confident. You have to start before you feel ready. Number 2 is that YouTube will humble you. It's important to make sure that you separate your worth from the number of subscribers and views and likes and comments you get. I knew this going in, but I didn't realize just how much expectation I was harboring and had hidden inside me for what I thought would be a successful channel out the gate, and just how slow the growth has been, how I've posted videos that I thought for sure would be bangers and I got like 5 views. So the humility is definitely there. It doesn't mean that it's not still worth doing, but it does mean that there's a level of humility that you need to embrace and expect when it comes to putting yourself out there on the internet and leaving yourself open to inspection by others. Just because you think something is an interesting idea or concept or video doesn't mean that everyone else will. So definitely this experience has given me a new form of humility. Lesson number 3 is patience is hard, right? It's sort of like you know that it's not going to happen overnight, although you sometimes see these videos where there have been overnight YouTube success and people have gone viral. But it's sort of like, if you work hard and you create good content and you're consistent and you're thinking people will find me if I do all these things, but the truth is they may not. That, like I said, there's an algorithm. There is this whole YouTube mystery box behind the scenes. And so the patience comes in the consistency in doing it even when you aren't immediately seeing the results. The hardest part is it's not about creating when people are watching, it's creating when people aren't watching. It's about finding a reason outside of attracting subscribers and outside of getting the likes to keep you going and to help you settle into the level of patience that you're going to need. One of the things that I've really leaned into as far as this YouTube channel, and has helped me continue to be consistent and patient, even though I'm not seeing the results that I had hoped for, is that I want to use this channel as sort of like a documentary or a record of my experiences in my life and things to share with my kids, because I have twin daughters that are going off to college soon. So somewhere in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, even if no one else is watching, I know that they'll at least be able to watch and pick up the YouTube video if they want to see what mom's up to, or they just want to hear my voice and see my face and they miss me. Obviously, I'll still be talking to them on the phone and FaceTiming them, but I think them being able to see the experiences, right, that I'm having in life, and the day-to-day just might serve as a really good record for them. And so it may be silly, but for me, that's just one of the things that, aside from the likes and the subscribers, is really keeping me grounded and focused and patient. Another lesson from this YouTube experience over the last 4 months is that I have a creative side. I felt like I did, but I'm an engineer. I'm an electrical engineer by degree, and I work in a very process improvement, very technical energy tech company and industry. And so everything is like very process. Everything is very logical. The work that I do with my team and day to day is around solving problems in a repeatable and systemic way. And so there isn't a ton of room typically for creativity. And so YouTube has allowed me to get creative with the angles that I shoot from, think about creative film and video ideas. It's allowed me to explore and think about what are some of the things other people might find interesting that, quite honestly, I just do because I do them. And I don't know, I just really like the idea of adding a new skill and a new dimension to my life and to my interests, to my personality, and being able to edit and become a better storyteller and, learn more about the music and find the right music vibe for the right video content. Being able to explore new beauty products, right? As some of the videos that I do on beauty will show and have shown. Being able to think of new places to travel. I mean, I love traveling anyway, but listen, I'm going to be bringing the content for my subscribers. And so some of the things that I'm going to be doing in the next year aren't necessarily because I didn't want to do them, but it's because I definitely feel like I need to do them for you guys. But it's been just adding another level of creativity and dimension to my life. And I didn't quite expect it to be just this big and this exciting and this fun, but that was one of the surprises as well and lessons I've learned these 4 months. Just how excited and how glass half full I see my level of creativity and my growth in that area. My 5th lesson is that being perfect is overrated. I have really had to stop trying to be perfect. You may see, if you go back to some of my older videos, you will see that I tried my best to make sure the bedroom was neat and the counter in the bathroom was clear. And I still try to do those things, but listen, if I'm feeling something or I'm doing a vlog and I haven't checked in with you guys, I'm going to pick up the camera and you're going to see stuff on counters. You're going to see dishes in the sink. You're going to probably see my dog passed out on the couch, belly up. It's just how it's going to be. And, I realize that perfect doesn't get views. Being authentic and being honestly you and being relatable is what matters. And not that I haven't been those things, but I feel trying to be so perfect and be so made up all the time is not realistic. You'll see vlogs where I'm still laying in my bed with my bonnet on. You'll see vlogs where I don't even think I brushed my teeth or washed my face yet, but I just wanted to say hi to you all on the vlog. And so I feel like that has the capacity to extend to other parts of my life, because life isn't perfect. And if I can show up on big old YouTube looking what some might deem a hot mess and make that okay because I feel like what I have to say and share is more important, I think that that's definitely growth for me, and that's something that maybe many of us need to embrace. The sixth lesson about I've learned from these last 4 months on YouTube is that learning what your audience wants from you is a process. I thought that I knew what I wanted the channel to be, and I knew what the audience would want from me. And I also thought I needed to have all that figured out before I got started, because they say you have to have a niche. They say you have to know your audience. They say you have to have these top 2, 3, 4 topics on rotation. But what I'm discovering based on the feedback from the views, from the comments, from the subscriber count increasing on certain videos and certain types, is that this is an evolution, right? I know that I'm very passionate about speaking to women over 40 because I'm a woman over 40. And honestly, a lot of what I share with my audience are simply things that I've learned since 40, or I've learned since 45, that I wish I knew of prior, right? Things that have really elevated my life, things that have taught me lessons that honestly I'll never forget. And also things that have just helped me to be a better person, be more compassionate, be more real. And so this is going to continue to be an evolution of learning what my audience wants, learning what they are looking for from me. But it's also a journey, and it's something that I'm down for. I'm here for it. But I was surprised by that, because I really thought that I would set up my channel with my mission and stick to that. But based on the feedback I'm getting, I can see myself starting to shift and mold some of that, just to make sure I'm giving the people what the people want. Lesson number 7 is that I've learned not to compare my chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 25. It's very easy to look at subscribers that also speak to women that are in their 40s, or that look like me, or that have a similar lifestyle to mine, and think that, I should be where they are because they're at 200K subscribers, or, they have, so many thousands of views on their videos and vlogs. But that's just not realistic, right? And I think this goes beyond just YouTube. This is life. There's always a journey, and you can't compare, at least you shouldn't compare where you are in that journey to someone else's position in their journey, because you don't know what they went through. You don't know all of the things that they did to get where they are. And timing and skill are things that matter. And so the timing may be perfect, but if you don't have the skills to seize the advantages that timing give you, you lose a window. But you can also gain those skills, so when the timing is good again, you can fill in that gap. I hope that makes sense. But for me, it's sort of like, I know that where I am right now is where I'm supposed to be. And it does not serve me. It does not help me. This channel, my subscribers, the people that I'm trying to reach, it does not help us for me to focus on where I think I should be compared to someone else. I'm in my lane. I feel good about my lane. And I also know that the right audience and the right community will find me, and that the skills that I need to continue to grow and attract and bring value to the people that need what I have to say, I will continue to learn those skills. And so for me, I need to just focus on where I am and just not compare. It's hard though, y'all. It's very hard, especially with the YouTube algorithm sharing recommendations for other channels based on your channel. And when you upload, it's giving you recommendations on similar titles. It's tough not to compare, but comparison is the thief of joy. It's the thief of joy. Lesson number 8 is that I feel like I'm getting better at being seen, really putting myself out there. Definitely going back to the practice and the confidence of being in front of the camera. But I've really discovered, sort of like in the same vein as not needing to be perfect, I've discovered that I also need to be authentically me. And I know that being visible for many of us can be uncomfortable, but I've realized that hiding and not sharing my authentic, sort of goofy, geeky self is not going to help me attract the right audience, nor deliver the things that I really think the audience would need to hear and learn from. So it's one thing to be seen in front of the camera, but it's another thing when you pull back the layers and you look at the core of you, allowing that core of you to be seen. And I'm getting better at that. I really do feel like I'm getting better at that. And some of the shorts, I really have been like sharing thoughts around, you know, aging and things that I learned growing up from my grandmother, and just sort of the things that get to me, you know, things that sort of like make me tick. And I feel like that's what people want to see, and I feel like that's how you truly, regardless whether it's social media or an in-person relationship or you know, your neighbor, it's like that's how people really feel connected to you. And so I feel like that's super important to allow people to really see you. It doesn't mean you share everything. It doesn't mean you share your address, your social security number, all of that. But what it does mean is that when you turn that camera on, it's not you preparing to be someone else when you start speaking. It's you being you, but staying focused on what it is you really think that you need to share with the people to help them be able to connect with you. So number 9 is that I'm actually enjoying the process. You know, this has really helped with my creativity, like I said earlier, and I didn't realize how much fun YouTube was gonna be. I will be honest, like one of the things that I did struggle the first couple months was with my family and the dogs, like getting them to at least be quiet in some instances where I'm like, yo, I have to film. But I've gotten really good at working around their schedule, working around my work schedule, getting creative to find just like new areas to film in around the house or when I'm out and about. It's just really fun. I'm enjoying the process. And I mean, I don't have a lot of subscribers, so it's not like I'm making any income or have a ton of content I'm putting out weekly to need an editor. But I've actually, and I've been enjoying the editing anyway. So I'm actually wanting to learn more about editing methods and styles and things like that. And I find that fun, right? This kind of goes back to me wanting to tap more into my creative side. And so I just really didn't realize how much fun this could be. Now it's work, don't get me wrong. It is work. Y'all, I have this plan and I'm always thinking and jotting down ideas and making sure devices and things are charged. It's work, but it's fun work. And that really, really surprised me. So the last and final lesson, and this was a really big surprise, I thought that starting this channel and becoming a YouTuber was gonna make me better at content creation. And obviously, you know, the creative side, but I didn't realize that it was gonna actually make me more comfortable with being myself. You can curate a YouTube channel to show only what you wanted to show. You can show the perfect scenes, the perfect family, just like any Instagram reel or TikTok, right? But when you're doing the vlogs and you're choosing to show up authentically and you're pulling that camera out anyway, it helps you to become more comfortable being you, if you let it. And 4 months in, I have let it. I have looked back at some of the video content that I've recorded, and I sit there sometimes like, is that really me? I said, she's actually kind of smart. She's pretty dope. And I won't say I had low confidence before YouTube, but I'll tell you that there were lots of things about myself that I negatively inspected, that looking back now at some of the videos, I'm like, I had it all wrong. I had myself all wrong. And I'm so grateful for what I've learned about myself during this YouTube journey thus far. And I'm excited about what else I'm gonna learn about myself in the future. But this has really, really been an experience that has just allowed me to take a different look at my life and a different look at myself and how I've even view the world. So I wasn't expecting that in this YouTube journey at all. So listen, if you are thinking about doing something that right now scares you, something that may even feel like it's not you even. Do it anyway. If you want to start a business, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to write a book, if you want to travel solo to some far destination, do it scared, okay? Get started, do it anyway. 4 months ago, I didn't think I was ready either, but I did it, I jumped in, and it wasn't perfect, but just getting started was enough. These 10 lessons I've shared with you are proof that it's okay to do it while you're figuring it out. It's okay to start before you know all the facts. It's okay to have fun while you do it and lean into the curiosity and the challenges and the lessons, and it's probably good to have some humility with you when you do it, but it's gonna be okay. So my question for you now is, what are you waiting to do until you're ready? Drop it in the comments and like this video. But I want you to take this video and my message as your sign to get started now.